we're looking at a selection, so if you pick up an article, if you pick up a book, if you pick up a poem, there's usually only one purpose for writing, okay? We're going to be looking at 4 different purposes today, and the first purpose, what do you guys think the first purpose is for an author to write? Yes?
Information.
To provide you with information. Usually nonfiction articles are to provide you with information, okay? If they're providing you with information, they're going to give you information about a specific topic. So, for example, I just received a magazine, and it's called WebMD, and I was just going through it. It was in my mailbox, and it said, The Crying Game, okay? And it caught my eye because I have a kid, and he cries, so I was like, awesome, maybe this might give me some information about my child and why he cries. Well, it says, learn how to stop the tears and calm your little one, right? So, one purpose is to provide information. It's going to give you information about a specific topic, and this topic would be what? Crying, why your child cries. Okay, so I might want to read that. What's another reason why an article would provide you information, or I'm sorry, another purpose that an article might give you? Well, Lindsay.
Persuade.
To persuade you. How many of you guys want to buy the Xbox? Is it Xbox One?
Xbox 7.
How many of you guys want to buy the Xbox One? How many of you guys want to buy the PlayStation 4? Okay. So, exit out of there because it's clearly not loading. Press escape. So, you know that at Christmas time, everyone has many different, or the companies have many different new items out, right? And their goal is to get you to buy their new products, okay? So right now, I'm certain that Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are putting out many different articles that are going to try to persuade you to buy their product. When we're saying persuade, what does persuade mean? If I say I'm going to try to persuade you to buy the Xbox One, Clark?
You're trying to get somebody to do something.
You're trying to get somebody to do something that they want you to do, right? Okay? Give me a couple examples of when articles use persuasion. Ben? Commercials. Okay? They use persuasion a lot. What else? Megan?
When people are doing a sample at stores, they try to persuade you to get your parents to buy something.
Okay? They give you samples at stores to try and persuade you to buy something. All right? What happened on November 5th last week? Anybody remember what day that was?
Election day.
Election day. What would they use the persuasion technique for on election day, Lily?
They would use it so you could vote for them.
Okay, they would try to persuade you to vote for them versus somebody else, right? If you'll notice on the television at night, they always give the different results. And Lakota's school levy, their results came out that when 100% of people voted, it was a 50-50 split. Could you imagine 50-50 split? Okay? That half the people voted for the levy and half the people voted against the levy, right? It did end up swaying towards for the levy, but there are persuasion techniques that get people to vote as well. What's another type of author's purpose? Another reason why an author might write something, Jillian?
To express the author's feelings.
To express the author's feelings. Now, they're not telling you to vote, but what they are saying is they're expressing how they feel. Give me some feelings of how an author might feel. Angry? Cody? Happy? Hunter? Sad? All right. An author would write a particular piece to share how they feel about a specific topic. They're not asking you to do anything. They're just sharing how they feel about a specific And the last type of author's purpose. What's another reason why an author might write an article? So we've got persuade, we've informed you, we've expressed or shared our feelings. Elise. Entertaining you. A specific reason just to entertain you. They're not trying to inform you of anything. They're not trying to persuade you. They're not trying to express their feeling. All they're wanting to do is keep you entertained. Right? So, for example, if they're looking at the audience of children, their way of entertaining you guys would be different than entertaining a bunch of senior citizens, right? At senior citizens home, give me a couple examples of how they would be entertained. What do senior citizens enjoy doing? Noah? Bingo, right? Now remember, guys, if you have something to say, you raise your hand and you look at that person when they're talking, okay? Caitlin. Squeezing little kids' cheeks, right? They would find that so entertaining, okay? What else? One more thing. Lily. Knitting, okay? So they might have a whole thing about knitting, right? Okay, or a story about knitting. How many of you guys would be interested in being entertained with a story about knitting? Nope. Maybe. Some of you. But for the most part, that does not entertain 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds. So those are the 4 different purposes. Right now, we're going to read Before the Midnight Ride, and I want you to think about what purpose is Before the Midnight Ride trying to portray to you guys. Okay? All right. Let's have Kennedy read Before the Midnight Ride. Nice and loud, please.
Paul Revere was born on December 1734 in Boston, Massachusetts. His childhood was much like that of other boys at the time. When Paul was a teenager, he was paid to ring the bells at a church. At the same time, his father was teaching him to work with silver. Revere was a silversmith until he joined the army in 1756. After his hardy service, Revere married Sarah Orr and returned to England. In the 1760s and 1770s, trouble arose between the colonies and Revere told a book called The Sons of Liberty, revealing the colonies should be free from England. In December 1773, he helped Betsy enter Boston Harbor as a protest because he was enslaved. This protest became known as the Boston Tea Party. After that, Revere became an express rider for the Massachusetts government. He rode a horse to bring news to Boston to the other colonies. He was at his job on the day in 1775 when his most famous ride took place.
Okay. So we have Before the Midnight Ride, the article, and we were just supposed to think, which purpose is the author using? Why did they write this article? Were they trying to persuade us to do something? Are they informing us about something? Are they entertaining us or expressing their feelings? Okay? Take a moment underneath author's purpose in your notebook, write, and you're going to start. Before the Midnight Ride was written to, and then write what you think. Do that now, please. You got 1 minute. It should be a formal sentence. Before the Midnight Ride was written to this is a title, so make sure that you are capitalizing. Make sure the spelling is correct because it's sitting in front of you also. 2. What do you think?
To inform.
Read your sentence.
Before the Midnight Ride was written to inform.
Okay. Hannah thinks that it was written to inform us. Why?
Because it was talking about past.
Okay, so first you should have written before the Midnight Ride was written to, and tell me what it was written to do, to inform, entertain, persuade, or express, and then share with me why you think that. So make sure that you have the why and the what. You should have 2 things in that sentence. Okay, somebody real nice and loud, let's see here, is going to share the what and the why. Number 13. Vivian?
Because it says like.
Read your whole sentence. So what do you think? Before the Midnight Ride.
I think it's to inform us
Because what?
because it tells us about how Paul Revere was, how his life was and stuff.
So it gave us information about
His life.
Paul Revere. Paul Revere, right? Okay. Anybody else want to share their reason why it was written to inform? Caden.
Before the Midnight Ride was written to inform us because it tells us about Paul Revere's life and what he did.
Very good. Okay. Megan, one more.
Before the Midnight Ride was written to inform because it was written to tell about before the Midnight Ride happened.
Good. Thank you very much. Okay, what I need you to do, Cody, thank you for recording. If you would